Thanks so much, David. It's my pleasure today to present to you Histogen, a regenerative medicine company focusing on stimulating endogenous stem cells for both aesthetic and therapeutic applications. Our core technology, our platform technology, is very straightforward. We take newborn fibroblasts and then we grow them under embryonic conditions of low oxygen, about 3% oxygen, and suspension cultures. In about 48 hours, the cells revert back to being multipotent stem cells, and they secrete a variety of morphogens and growth factors, including follistatin, noggin, KGF, stromal-derived factor 1A alpha, and VEGF. Many of these have been shown to stimulate stem cells in a variety of regions of the body. We collect the media every day over a 12-week period of time. We concentrate it, and it becomes the basis for both our skincare products, which are on the market, as well as an injectable for hair growth. Simultaneously, the cells secrete a very embryonic-like, insoluble extracellular matrix, which we then harvest at the end of the manufacturing run, and we use that for a variety of applications, the closest to clinic or orthopedic applications. We have 5 U.S. patents issued. We have patents that have been applied for worldwide. These patents include the composition itself that is made under these hypoxic conditions, the use of these for regenerative medicine applications, including the orthopedic applications, the hair growth patent by itself, and issued today a patent to cover our oncology applications. We have a number of aesthetic partnerships, so using the growth factors as part of skin creams and gels. The first was established with Suniva Medical here in the United States, calling on physicians, and they have a co-promotion with Obagi. Very recently, we formed a joint venture with the principals of Paul Mitchell Systems to be able to go and distribute our skincare products throughout all of Asia. We're looking to launch those products first in Korea and China in the middle of next year. The lead therapeutic is an injectable for hair growth, of course, a very large market. It's called HSC, or hair stimulating complex. To date, we have done a proof of concept clinical study which has shown efficacy and safety very strongly. We have also done a phase 1-2 study which again has shown efficacy and safety, and a physicians-based study on 10 patients, men and women. What we see as a summary is very important. Not only do we work in all ages, so not just 20s and 30s, but men in their 40s and 50s equally well, but we are effective on all parts of the scalp. There's no product currently that is approved for temporal recession, which most people start losing their hair at. So we had equally good efficacy, temporal recession, mid-scalp, as well as vertex, and as you will see, have a very strong safety profile and very good efficacy in women as well. We did our first study in 2008, and this treated 26 patients. Each patient was their own control. We're using the trichoscan to be able to go and not only measure new hair growth, but the hair thickness. You could see here, after one set of injections, 4 injections, we went from baseline to 12 weeks, 214 to 224. Without any further applications, the hair continued to grow over the 1-year period of time, increasing to 324 hairs, so an over 120% increase in the terminal hair count. So this was very important. It's the first time ever that a hair treatment, after a one-time treatment, was able to grow hair not only short-term, but continue to grow hair long-term, certainly underlying the hypothesis that we're stimulating the stem cells in the hair follicle, inducing new hair formation and converting vellus hairs to terminal hairs. The second trial involved 56 patients. Again, each was their own control. We increased the number of injections, here doing 8 at baseline and 8 at week 6 in order to capture the different parts of the hair follicle cycle. We had an improvement over the pilot, over 46.5% at the 12-week period of time in terms of total hair, and had a statistically significant increase in both vellus and terminal hair. The safety profile was excellent. We did blood and urine samples before and after each set of injections and showed no toxicity whatsoever. We also did a physician's IND study with Dr. Craig Ziering on both men and women. Here we had 100% effectiveness. You could see in this patient, 38 years old, who had hair loss and temporal recession, within an 18-19-week period of time, excellent conversion of vellus to terminal, as well as more hair per hair follicle. So we're moving forward right now with the strategy to do our final clinical trial for approval in Japan, starting early next year, for male pattern baldness, and to go and do a phase 1 for women here in the United States. We are also actively looking for partners both here and in Asia. We have a number of joint ventures that allow us to develop our platform technology while focusing on specific therapeutic applications. Pure Biologics is focused on orthopedics. Histogen Oncology, as you can imagine, focused on developing our oncology products here in North America. And Histogen Aesthetics has additional skincare lines. You could see that some of the early work that we did, this was with Dan Grandy and North Shore Hospital with the extracellular matrix, had excellent results in full-thickness defects, both regenerating excellent hyaline cartilage as well as vascularized bone. We're moving forward with an IDE here in the United States for both cartilage repair for microfracture early next year, as well as for avascular necrosis for the bone remodeling. Histogen Oncology was formed to allow us to go and bring our first product into the clinic, focused on late-stage pancreatic cancer. So we were able to raise $2.5 million that'll take us from where we are today into the clinic through a phase 1 study. We're about 13 months away from starting our clinical trial right now. We're doing the pivotal animal tests as well as toxicology. Again, moving forward towards pancreatic cancer, I wanted to share some of that data with you. We've done a variety of animals, over 200 mice to date, looking at pancreatic cancer. Of course, this is the Kaplan-Meier. The non-treated animals are the red dots. The treated animals are the green dots. We had excellent efficacy in both IV as well as IP treatment. We're going to move forward with the IP treatment in the clinic and hopefully be able to go and have excellent results in extending life with no toxicity. The material works by inducing apoptosis in cancer cells, so it has no effect on normal cells itself, and it's through the caspase-3 and caspase-9 pathway. So we're very excited about moving this indication forward. Finally, Histogen Aesthetics, and it was formed to be able to go and broaden our skincare line. We acquired a line called Cellceuticals in February. We are selling that currently in the United States and expanding it through QVC early next year. And we are finalizing this, of course, with a joint venture with Paul Mitchell Group to be able to bring this into the various regions of Asia. These contain growth factor peptides, which are very important at rejuvenating skin. We have also developed a product containing our cell conditioned media, which is going to be called the Power Serum, which is going to be launched in March of next year. So we have the cosmeceuticals on the market. We're heading into the final stage of clinical development for the hair growth product in men, going to be able to go start the phase 1 in women, and are moving forward in both cartilage and bone into the clinic early next year, as well as cancer within 13 months. And thank you very much. And again, we're interested in partnerships for a number of our applications, and I'm happy to entertain any questions.
What's the regulatory environment like for bringing your cosmeceutical products to market in the US?
So in the US, you just need an INCI name. You don't have to have any FDA approval. In Asia, you have to register the product, which is between a 30 and 90-day approval process.
And is largely the claims you make on the product limited by that limited regulatory?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we cannot make any structural claims. So we could say reduces the appearance of wrinkles. We can't say eliminates wrinkles. But outside of that, it's a very clear regulatory path.
It's a low bar.
Very low bar. So we were looking at something that was a low bar from a regulatory standpoint and that would require no reimbursement. Same thing with the hair growth, although that's regulated as a biologic, there's no reimbursement needed there.
Okay, so the hair growth product is not the same regulatory environment?
No, that's a biologic. It's actually, so we have to go through a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trial.
What exactly is the ECM material that you use to treat cartilage defect?
It's an extracellular matrix that's secreted by the cells, and so it's very rich in collagen 1, collagen 2, pre-collagen molecules, spark, hyaluronic acid, and sulfated glycosaminoglycans. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's secreted by our cells under hypoxia, but then we put the material, we inject the material into the defect, and it stimulates the endogenous mesenchymal stem cells to migrate into the scaffold, and where there's bone adjacent to it become bone, where there's cartilage become cartilage.